Mary Marie says, hello. So I finished my husband's list and I wrote down everything that I need mentally, spiritually, financially, and physically. Now I'm fantasizing about everything that I wrote down all the time. Part one. Part two. I always fantasize about how we are going to meet and how we will look exactly how I wanted him to look, the job he will have, how wealthy he will be, how he will treat me, stuff like that. Advice. Well, let's start there. Let's start here. The list has to be put on the shelf, not into your sight. Because when it's in your sight, then everything is gauging whether or not this person is it. Now, my advice with writing the list was not meant for you to get so consumed. Now, the writing of the list can reveal just how much idolatry is in the midst of your heart. Because if you're constantly fantasizing, then that means that you are in the realm of desperation, in the realm of not being content, in the realm of really not being as close to God as you should. It doesn't mean that you can't think about it sometimes. But when you use the word fantasizing, then fantasizing is keeping you away from reality. So when you get so caught up in fantasy, then you won't be a familiar fit to the thing that you're fantasizing about. The goal is to write the list to see how much of that list is in the midst of your life so that you can match that person as a wife, right? So the goal of the list is not for you to fantasize about it. It's not for you to dwell too much time in it. It's meant for you to equal it. Don't equal it like in matters of because you're not going to always equal, but you will complement. See, this shirt is not the same size as these shorts that I'm wearing, right? These shorts are not going to be the same size as the shoes that I'm wearing, but they're complement, right? So if you want a man who is this, you got to say, how much of me can complement that? How much of me can serve that? How much of me deserves that? See, deserve means I'm able to serve it. So I deserve it. People deserve things they can actually serve. If you can't serve it, then you don't deserve it. And so a lot of people, they get so caught up in the idea of the person they want that they no longer become, or they're no longer investing time to become the individual that can match that person, right? She said, hello, so I finished my husband list and I wrote down everything that I need mentally, spiritually, financially, and physically. Now I fantasize about everything that I wrote down. So instead of fantasizing, work on the fundamentals so that you can produce the fruit worthy to be with someone like that. Because if you keep fantasizing, you're going to be single for a long time. When you keep fantasizing versus developing to be the person, see, when you waste a lot of times fantasizing, then you won't become the size needed for that thing you fantasize. So you got to get into reality and say, okay, am I really ready for that, right? So what I would do is this. On that same husband list, I want you to write down on a wife's requirements. And everything that you write about that man spiritually, mentally, financially, physically, spiritual, all those different things, I want you to write down how much of me is ready for that. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much am I ready for that? And I want you to write a number beside that. 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 6s and under, that means you got work to do. 7s and up, you still got work to do, but that's good, right? So what I would do is, beside everything you wrote about that man, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much are you ready for? 0 to 10. 0, I'm not ready at all. 1, I'm not ready at all. 2, I'm not ready at all. 3, I'm not ready at all. 4, I'm not ready at all. 5, I'm not ready at all. 6, I'm not ready at all. 7, I'm getting ready, y'all. 8, I'm getting very close, y'all. 9, I'm pretty darn close, y'all. 10, let's get it, right? So then you will begin to say, I don't have time to fantasize because I'm not the size of it. That's what the Bible says, don't be unequally yoked. Because when you're unequally yoked, you're going to become a burden. The person who loves the least in a relationship controls the relationship. Any person that understands that, they're looking for matches, not leeches. And so they're looking for what will match me so that I don't have to carry unnecessary burden. Let me tell you what a man wants from a wife. A man wants a woman of peace, right? A man wants a woman that's not going to constantly bring problems. A man wants a woman that will respect him as the priest of the home. A man wants a woman that's going to honor his purpose and complement it. A man's going to want a woman that can bring something to the table. That's what a man wants. A man doesn't want to father his wife. He doesn't mind washing his wife with the word, but he doesn't want to father a woman who still has daddy issues, right? And sometimes when we get into that fantasy world, we don't understand the fundamentals of it because we didn't see it fundamentally in our homes. And if we didn't see it fundamentally active in our home, we fantasize about it because when we was kids, we fantasized about the life we want that's different in our home. So then we don't know what it takes to be fundamentally sound to be able to hold this thing. Right? And so now you got to get real. You said always fantasize about what we are going to how. Don't worry about how you're gonna meet, because every corner you're gonna find yourself held in a swivel. Everywhere you go, you're gonna be looking. Is this the moment, God? Now you don't got time to worry about how y'all gonna meet and how we will look exactly how I wanted him to look. Don't worry about that either. God done chiseled. God already got that together. The job he will have, don't worry about the job he has. Don't worry about the wealth. You got to say, okay, what wealth will I bring him? What wealth of knowledge? What financial wealth? Am I financially literate or illiterate? Am I trajected to be wealthy? Because a man of wealth doesn't want, a real man of God of wealth doesn't want a trophy. The world wants trophies. A real man of God who's wealthy wants a woman that's going to help him triumph. He doesn't want a trophy. He wants some triumphants, right? You see what I'm saying? And so when you understand it, you'll be like, I don't got time to worry about how he'll treat me. I don't have to worry about how much money he'll have. I got to make sure, do I match this? Am I the size of what I fantasize? If not, get into the real world and become the size of it. Hooked up.